guys, so some of y'all asked, how are we going to handle this? What are we going to do? Well, first thing we got to do is we got to color this thing. My daughter did ask me, why does it got to get colored? Why not use it this way? And I was like, well, I don't think some of the action figures I like, my aesthetic, my preference would not be for this color. So I'm going to color what color I want to color it. I did offer to buy her one, and she could color it the way she wanted to. In case you didn't know, in case you haven't been watching the channel, my youngest is a very artistic driven person as well. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna pop this off the case. We're gonna tape it off, tape off the parts we don't want to color, you know, and then we're gonna hit it with some spray paint. Definitely not covering up the chrome. I want to leave all of this chrome on here, and I am going to we'll tape up here, tape up the chrome. I'm hitting the seats with it. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this seat belt. We'll see what happens with it. I might tape the interior up and paint that by hand, but we'll see how it goes. This front, I'm not sure what quite to do with it. I don't know if I want to leave it or mess with it. I think it might be okay. I don't know. I might color these yellow, or I don't know. I'll probably just leave it, but anyways, almost lost it there. Anyways, guys, you know, I'll take another quick video on progress for the tape up and see how it goes. So let's just talk through what happened. Anyways, I'll show you. I think this is key to show right now, and I'm just going to talk about this. I had to actually lower the seat a little bit because I wanted the Joes to fit in there a little better. Man, taking this apart, so this is what you start out with. And the interesting thing, it's got a built-in baby seat. See that? That's hilarious. But we don't want that, right? We just want our Joes to fit in there. So I had to literally cut that out with the Dremel. And now I need to find, I have some styrene and we can use that, or you could use some, I mean, you could use a lot of green stuff to put in there, but I'm going to use some styrene and make that, fill that back in. Now the problem is too, is that right here, these broke, taking it off. But again, if you use some super glue and some styrene, you can refill those holes and have that back of that seat reconnect back up. This one will probably do a little different. Knowing now what the structure is for it, I'll probably just cut out this part, not the whole back seat, and tear it up. I think the only thing I got to do is this. Live and learn. All right, so here's what we've had to do now. Clearly, this car has entered into harder rebuild territory, or harder customized territory. I've essentially resculpted the chairs to allow more butt room for the Joes. What did I use here? I'll put a picture of it here. It's called Neednite, or green stuff, as most of us called it back in the modeling days. When I used to do a lot of Warhammer 40K, and this is the stuff we used to actually, you know, sculpt some of the models that weren't available at the time. And we use this stuff. So anyways, it's basically working with gum, and then the gum becomes hard after a while. It cures. You can use it for all kinds of stuff. In this case, I just use it to fill in, like filler, to fill in some of the gaps there where we tore it out. And you cannot get these seats to come off. Look at the back here. So essentially, you can take this and this part off, but these seats are welded or like glued and then clicked into the plastic with the plastic standoff. So these seats aren't going anywhere. What you have to do is take the Dremel and start cutting into them, and then that'll work. So yeah, I'm gonna clean that up a little bit maybe. But yeah, we've given the Joes a little more butt room to sit down there and not look as tall as they would have. I guess, you know, what was that? 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 inch of room there. So that's where we are. We'll keep going. Get you another update later. All right, so after a little bit of more detail work, we got the seats to look, well, you know, like I said, I learned a lot of modeling on the way as I went along, right? So this kind of gives it a finished up look. We're gonna spray paint it black, and you know, black hides a lot of the messiness with this. So the interior is gonna be black. We're gonna spray paint that and it should be fine. Now, if you're wondering what these little plastic things, how I got this architectural model, military model, this stuff right here, this evergreen polystyrene sheets, these are fantastic when it comes to creating little models or little things like that. This plastic bends in a specific way to help you create these, you know, things. So usually using some Needonite, using some of this plastic will allow you to create some of the customs or some of the kit bashing that you want to create. So, well, here it is, as cleaned up as it's gonna get. And we're gonna go from there, and next step for this guy is to let it cure for a little while, and then we're gonna spray paint it up. I'll see you in a bit. All right, so here they are, right after the painting that we gave him, the quick little spray paint we gave him. I know some people asked to see my painting style, but I don't think I have any special technique. It's just spray it on. I think the key here is getting the specific type of a model painting and not overspraying it, right? So, you know, if you have to do 2 or 3 layers, that's fine. Just, you know, make sure to not overspray it or you'll get globs in it. Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I don't get globs in it, because probably a glob here or there of it, because again, it's not my painting technique, it's the product that you're using. Don't use these, you know, cheapo Walmart paints that you find all-purpose type. I mean, you can if you want. I mean, who am I to tell you any different? But, you know, make sure that you try to use the, you know, paint that is specifically best for plastic models that will adhere and that will fuse to the plastic, as opposed to, and I've seen this on a few customs, it's all sticky. It's sticky. It's not drying. Why isn't it drying? Well, maybe because the plastic is not taking to the paint that you bought that's not meant for this. It's a mystery. So anyways, I'm gonna put a picture of the paints that I used up here. You guys can check those out. I'll give you about 10 seconds to, you know, maybe you can even pause it and go get it. But those are the paints I used. Anyways, I think what I'm gonna do next is take this the dashboard and paint it up a bit, fancy it up a bit before I put it all back together. The next time you see this vehicle, it'll be all put together. Let's see what happens.
Close your eyes.
All right, guys, thanks for joining me on the channel today. On this episode, well, here it is, the final product. This is what we worked on for a few nights and a few days. This is what we finally got into. the final version of the LOL surprise car. This is the final incarnation of it. As you can see, it can fit figures pretty well there. There's Snake Eyes there with Black Widow. I think it does a lot better with female figures, always, you know, because they're just a little smaller in scale. But it doesn't look too bad. And also, gosh, is it better than the Ramen Racer? I mean, let's be real. No, this is not better than the Ramen Racer. It's not. But the Ramen Racer, ultimately, I don't know how much math you do. The Ramen Racer is going to cost over $200. But it's a really nice car. I'm not taking it, and I've already ordered a Ramen Racer, so full disclosure there. I ordered it because I really like it, and I think it's going to be a tremendous vehicle. And Ramen Toys does really great work for us fans. Now, it's not as good as a Ramen Racer, but doggone it, this was $30, guys. 30 bucks. With 30 bucks, a little bit of elbow grease, some tape, and some spray paint, this is what you get. You know, would you rather pay, you know, I forgot how, you know, the Ramen Racer is over 200 bucks. Not super over, I mean, with shipping and all that. But still, this is fantastic. Is it better than the Hasbro Engine of Greed? Well, hell yeah, it is. The Engine of Greed was a ton of money. Way more than even the Ramen Racer. And this was just, you know, it had a top, it does have a middle, and I made a bottom. So, all that to say, again, I think we took it a step further this time, right? We went from a regular car, you know, one of those, you know, the LOL surprise car. We found something that we could modify and customize into our use that's very, very, you know, affordable. And then we turned it into something super cool. Well, to me, it's super cool. You guys, your opinion might vary. Some people are probably going to get on here and be like, ugh. But again, you know, it's 30 bucks, some elbow grease, some paint. And again, you need to use the right paint in order to make this work correctly. You guys saw the process that I went through. You guys saw the opening shots there. So there you go. That's what we have. Here, let's turn it around a little bit, see if you guys can get some more pictures. Let me get it closer. This is what he looks like there. Let me take these figures out so you can kind of see. Now, I've been already putting figures in there because you've been seeing how I've been posing them, right? So you can kind of see some figures. You know, I've already made a little bit of a mess in there. So what I had to do also is look at the, you know, inside of there, right? I had to drop those seats quite a bit. So that's the end product of the seats there. If you didn't drop those seats, gosh, they'd be like really poked. Their heads would be like way up here somewhere. I mean, they poke way out of the car, so you definitely got to drop them down a little. So this is what the front looks like right there. I didn't mess with the front very much. I think I could have done a little bit. I also did some instrument work inside there as well. Made it, you know, brightened it up a little bit. Did the back a little bit as well. Colored that up a little bit. I left that on there. I thought it was funny. But yeah, that's what it is. I mean, there you go. You can definitely use this, you know, in your posing or in your background. A great little car, a great little accessory for you. I might even just park this bad boy here for the whole, you know, some background shots just like that. Looks cool. So I put him, he seems to fit very well with this car. Of course, you know, he drives a car that looks like this. I forgot what the make of his car is. Blade, but it looks very much like this type of car. So I couldn't help but put him in there as well. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the process. You know, tell me what you think of the final work. This doesn't fall into the easier customization. This was much harder, right? You had to tear it apart, paint it, tear into the wells of the seats there, re-put it back together, do some instrument stuff. So this is a little bit tougher custom than most. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Are you guys going to go out and get this car and try to, do the same thing I did with it? It's only 30 bucks. I mean, 30 bucks is still, well, it's actually not, what is it? A less than a Cobra eel at this point. So if you're willing to take the time, if you're willing to, get some elbow grease on it, you can do the same thing. I walk you through it. I gave you all the tips. Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you guys send me in some pics, and I'll tell you when I do the news, I'll kind of post them on there, and I'll show those off, right, in comparison to what you guys did with this car. So I think that'll be kind of fun, right? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed some of the, fun stuff that we did with it. Send me those pics if you're going to get one. Let me know if you're not going to get one. Let me know if, the Ramen Racer, of course, is better than this, but I think this is okay. It serves a purpose as well. You don't want to spend that money. You want to do something a little bit more frugal. This is your jam, maybe. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. If I've informed, if I've amused, if I've entertained you, throw me a like, throw me a subscribe. We'll see how it goes. I love doing customs. I love doing toy hunts. I love doing reviews. But, sometimes, life gets in the way and we got to slow down a little bit. But anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this crazy channel, to do some fun stuff. And as always, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep rolling these out.